right, you've seen my console collection, at least most of it. I still have a Nintendo, Xbox One, and Xbox X that aren't even hooked up in there. Yeah, this is it. PS2, this is alphabetized, and these are sorted by genre, so this is all PlayStation 2. These are primarily the games I want and play that I've collected so far. This is a Blockbuster shelf, by the way. And PS3. And some of these are going to be duplicates. You're going to see them because sometimes I pick up games and then realize I already have that game. So there you go. Then we go into PS4. And a lot of my PS4 and PS5s are still sealed because I just don't game that much, but I still want to collect them. So there you go. There's PS4s. A little music while we scroll. And like I said, there are duplicates in here. PS4. Now we get into the 5s. And there's some I just picked up. And like I said, a lot of these are still sealed. Yeah, I got a few. A few! And then here's some more. And then we get into Nintendo Switch. And again, a lot of these are going to be sealed. Just because I don't play as much. And then here's some more. And then we get into the Super Nintendos. I do have about 3 Super Nintendos that are not authentic. I picked up at a yard sale with a bunch of games. And one of them is a really rare game. I wished it was. That's Earthbound. That is a fake one. And there's some more. And then I've got more Super Nintendo. And a lot of these that are in the clear cases, they're mint condition. Then we get into Saturn. I got these from the same person. And I do love Saturn, by the way. I don't have a very big GameCube collection. I sold it last year for almost $5,000. I didn't want to, but I just decided I wasn't playing them. And somebody made me an offer I couldn't refuse. Sega Genesis. And then I got a few N64 boxed. And then Sega Dreamcast. PSP and a PS Vita, even though I don't have a PS Vita. We get into, those are all boxed, the Metroid and the Silent Hope. There's my Nintendo. And I do have a Nintendo, I just don't have it hooked up in that office. It's not one of my favorite systems. Kind of like Atari. I'm not into Atari at all because the games were so cheesy. And again, all these games are way after my time. I'm older, so Xbox One. And some of these are sealed as well. And then we get into the original Xbox. I don't have a huge collection of Xbox or Xbox 360. Again, not favorite genres of mine, but I do keep a few on hand, and I will pick up more at some time. Oh, I got that Xbox in the wrong spot, don't I? A few loose ones. My PlayStation 1 collection. And I do like collecting those because I can play them on my PS3. Even though I do still have a PS1. And then Wii U. I don't have a Wii U. But I do have the games. A few Wii, just the best ones of the ones I like. And then some DS and 3DS. And some of these are sealed as well. And then I've got a lot of loose Game Boy Advance, and GameCube games, stuff like that. But they're in a drawer. I don't display them because it's just too much space. What do you think? Ask you what you think. And here I am. Forgot the loose Sega Genesis. And I know it's hard to see all the titles on those. Super Nintendo loose. Some Nintendo loose in here. I need to move those. Some more Super Nintendos. And some more. And then my favorite, one of my favorites, N64. Yep. And I do put the labels on these Just makes them easier to find when I want to play them. They are alphabetized, but yeah, there you go.